If you needed another reason to love Matt Ginella, this one might be the moment that cements his status as the Bravoverse's newest fan favorite husband. Because while some cast members dodge accountability, hide behind PR teams, or pretend they didn't see the drama unfolding online, Matt didn't just see it. He walked straight into the fire with confidence and precision. And the way he shut down one of Bravo's messiest bloggers might go down as one of the cleanest clapbacks in Real Housewives of Orange County history. Before we jump into this chaotic digital showdown, make sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. Because trust me, this story gets wild. The Real Housewives of Orange County Season 19 reunion was already a roller coaster. Gretchen Rossi spent half the episode scrambling to defend herself against accusations of anti-LGBTQ social media engagements, insisting everything was misunderstood, misinterpreted, or taken out of context. Fans were arguing, Bravo accounts were dissecting every screenshot, and the cast was side-eyeing her with all the skepticism in the world. But while all that chaos was happening on screen, a different kind of chaos was brewing online. A certain Bravo blogger, always lurking, always digging, always looking for something to twist, decided to dig up old photos of Matt Janella. And not just any photos. Pictures of Matt standing with Donald Trump back in the early 2010s. Golf course photos, work event photos, completely out of context but perfect for someone desperate to create a narrative. The blogger posted the images with a smug caption, attempting to paint Matt as a hypocrite for criticizing Gretchen while having ties to Trump. Not Matt Janella golfing with Trump after Katie and Tamra and the woke Bravo fans made a big deal about Gretchen. It was posted like a gotcha moment, like they had just uncovered a secret, like this was supposed to shake the whole franchise. Instead, what they triggered was Matt's patience, and then his textbook-level verbal takedown. Matt responded immediately, clearly irritated by the lazy attempt at character assassination. "This is lazy," he wrote, and with just 3 words, the air shifted. He explained that the photos were from 2013 and 2014, back when he worked for Golf Channel. Covering Trump's golf businesses was literally his job. He wasn't there as a supporter. He was there as a journalist doing what he was paid to do. Then he delivered the line that stopped everyone in their tracks. "I've had several public altercations with him. He hates me." Imagine thinking you expose someone only to discover your entire argument collapses in one sentence. But Matt still wasn't finished. He told the blogger to invest in a calendar, do your homework, and turn your attention to the real issues and hypocrisies. It wasn't a clapback. It was a demolition. Of course, messy people rarely stop when they're embarrassed. The blogger kept pushing, doubling down, accusing Bravo fans of hypocrisy and even mocking Matt for taking time to reply. And once again, Matt handled it with the perfect mix of class and bite. He said he would always make time to defend his wife, himself, and his family. And then came the final blow. "If that makes me a super involved house husband, then so be it. Bad execution of a dumb idea." In one exchange, Matt reaffirmed his loyalty to his family, exposed the blogger's weak attempt at stirring drama, and earned even more respect from Real Housewives of Orange County fans who were already warming to him. But what the public didn't know was that this online clash was only scratching the surface of something much bigger unfolding behind the scenes. Because certain cast members and certain bloggers were working overtime this season to twist narratives, spread misinformation, and manipulate public opinion. What most viewers didn't realize was that Matt's clapback wasn't just a reaction, it was a warning shot. Behind the scenes, the dynamics around Real Housewives of Orange County Season 19 had been shifting for months. Producers were quietly watching how certain cast members handled public backlash, which bloggers they were aligned with, and who was feeding what information to whom. The Bravoverse loves drama, but it despises dishonesty. And this situation was beginning to expose a network of whisper campaigns, spun narratives, and strategic leaks designed to reshape fan perception. The blogger who came for Matt wasn't acting alone. Several Bravo accounts had been trying to stir up controversy around Katie and Tamra to divert attention from the reunion backlash hovering over Gretchen. It wasn't just trolling. It was coordinated misdirection, And when Matt shut it down so effortlessly, it didn't just embarrass the blogger, it disrupted an entire behind-the-curtain strategy. What made Matt's response even more powerful was how fans reacted. Instead of questioning him, the Bravo community rallied behind him. People began pulling up his past interviews, clips from Golf Channel, even old statements where he criticized Trump long before anyone tried to weaponize those photos. Viewers realized that not only was Matt telling the truth, but the blogger's attempt to smear him wasn't just sloppy. It revealed how desperate some people were to manipulate the narrative. This left Gretchen, and some of her quiet allies, scrambling. If the blogger they counted on had just publicly embarrassed himself, what did that say about the foundation of their argument? What did it say about the stories being pushed online to minimize her reunion backlash? And what did it mean that a relatively new Real Housewives of Orange County husband now had more credibility with the fan base than several longtime cast members combined? Suddenly, the conversation wasn't just about a photo. It was about integrity, about who tells the truth, about who stands up for their family without hesitation, and about who hides behind anonymous accounts and shadow leaks to control a narrative they can't defend face to face. Producers began taking notes, too. Matt's willingness to get involved, not for fame, not for storyline, but simply to protect the people he loves, was the kind of authenticity the show has been missing. It made him relatable, it made him respected, and it made fans wonder what season 20 might look like with a husband who isn't afraid to call out hypocrisy, on camera or online. Meanwhile, that blogger who tried to start the fire? They found themselves suddenly quiet, posts deleted, replies locked, engagement dropping fast. Because once you're exposed for grasping at straws, the Bravoverse moves on without you. And in this case, they moved on toward the Janella family with more support than ever before. But the real twist came when insiders revealed that this wasn't the first time someone had tried to target Katie through Matt. There had been whispers for months about jealousy, about shifting alliances, about cast members who weren't ready for Katie's growing popularity. Some thought she'd be easy to rattle. Some believed poking at her husband would destabilize her. But instead, it became their biggest miscalculation of the season. Matt didn't ignore the attack. He didn't let it simmer. He responded, shut it down, and made it crystal clear that if anyone tried to use him as a pawn again, they would regret it. In a single conversation, he taught the Bravoverse a lesson. If you come for his wife, his family, or his integrity, you better be ready for consequences. And that moment didn't just end the blogger's credibility. It shifted the energy surrounding Real Housewives of Orange County entirely. Because now viewers weren't just watching for the drama, they were watching for the truth. Watching to see who would slip next. Watching to see what other narratives would crumble under scrutiny. Watching because suddenly things felt real again.